I never thought fear could live inside my own home. But last week, I found out it had been there all along, hiding behind the man I loved. My husband had been sneaking into our daughter's room every night. I remember the first time I suspected something was wrong. It was a normal evening. I was tucking my 7-year-old daughter into bed when I noticed his footsteps were missing. My husband had always been reliable. Always there for us. But that night, he vanished after dinner. When I asked later, he said he was just catching up on work. I believed him. Over the next few months, little things added up. The unexplained absences. The nervous glances when my daughter asked questions. The way he laughed a little too hard at some things, trying to cover the cracks. I tried to ignore it, telling myself I was overthinking. That I was imagining danger where there was none. Then came the night I couldn't ignore it anymore. I was woken by a soft cry. Not the usual bedtime sniffles, but real fear. My stomach dropped as I ran to her room. "Mommy," he whispered, his voice trembling. "Daddy is scary." I froze. My hands shook. I sank to the floor beside her, wrapping her in my arms, trying to calm my own racing heart. "It's okay, baby. Mommy's here. I won't let anyone hurt you." I tried to get answers from her, gently. "Tell me exactly what happened." She shook her head, scared. "He whispers things. I don't like it." The next morning, I confronted him. I needed an explanation. "Where were you last night?" I asked, my voice shaking but steady. He looked at me, puzzled. "Just sleeping," he said. "Just sleeping." But his eyes betrayed him. He was lying. I couldn't ignore it anymore. I needed proof. That night, I bought a small hidden camera. I told myself I was being paranoid. But my gut screamed danger. I hid it in her room, somewhere he wouldn't notice. That night, I stayed awake, pretending to sleep. Every sound made me jump. At midnight, I heard the soft creak of the floorboards. My heart lurched. He entered the room, looking around. Then he whispered something I couldn't understand. He sat by her bed. He reached for her arm. She flinched. I stopped the camera. I couldn't watch anymore. But I had what I needed. The next morning, I called my best friend. She is a police officer, the only person I could trust with this secret. She came over. We watched the footage together. My stomach churned. He had been sneaking in every night. Talking to her. Touching her arm. Whispering things that made my skin crawl. My friend held my hand. "We need to report this immediately." I confronted him again, this time armed with proof. I showed him the footage. His face drained of color. He tried to laugh it off. "It's not what it looks like," he said. But the evidence was undeniable. "You are going to jail," he whispered, but I didn't wait for him to finish. I packed our daughter's things and stayed at my mother's house that night. I called the police and pressed charges. Weeks blurred together. Court dates, police interviews, sleepless nights. I barely ate. I barely slept. But I stayed strong for my daughter. She stayed with me, safe in my arms. She asked why Daddy couldn't come over anymore. I knelt in front of her, holding her hands. "Some people are not safe. Some people lie." She nodded, trusting me to protect her. Then one day, my phone rang. It was him. I didn't answer. He left a message. He said he was sorry. That it was a mistake. But I didn't feel anything. Relief flooded through me. We were finally safe. I thought it was over. But then strange messages started appearing on my phone. Unknown numbers. Pictures of my daughter playing outside. I panicked. Could he be following us? My friend reassured me. The police were monitoring him. I felt a small sense of comfort, but not complete. Then I looked at the hidden camera footage again. And that's when the twist hit me. My husband wasn't alone. A neighbor's teenager had been helping him sneak in. And he was recording it for someone else. Someone had been watching all along. I went back to my friend, the police officer. She investigated quietly. Within days, we discovered it was another family member. Someone obsessed with my daughter. My husband wasn't just a predator. He was part of a bigger secret network. I felt sick. Betrayal had layers I couldn't have imagined. But we acted fast. They were arrested. My husband's case became part of a wider investigation. My daughter was safe. Finally, I learned a hard lesson. Trust can be broken in ways you never expect. But courage and acting fast can protect those you love. Now, our nights are quiet. My daughter sleeps without fear. I watch her sometimes, holding her hand, promising never to let anyone hurt her. And me? I am stronger. Wiser. More cautious. But I am not broken. I will never forget the fear. I will never forget the betrayal. But I will also never forget the relief, the justice, and the safety I fought for. Some people hide their true selves behind smiles. I learned to trust my instincts. And sometimes, the most horrifying truth can become the reason you finally find freedom. I look at my daughter sleeping tonight and whisper, "Mommy will always protect you. No one will ever hurt you again." I caught my husband on camera, and what I saw shattered my world forever.